Welcome back. For the second time since he was elected, the president-elect took a little side trip with no media in tow. Fun. That happened on Saturday. Mr. Trump went golfing at one of his Florida courses without notifying the press pool. And the reporters, they were none too happy. A Trump aide said it was a last-minute trip that even his staff was unaware of, and that it would not happen again. This raising new questions about what President Trump's relationship with the press will look like once he takes office. Now, over the last few weeks, his team has talked about possibly making some changes, including to the daily briefing. Some top former White House communications aides weighing in.
I think that there's always antagonism, and there's always, particularly with the president, there's no president who ever woke up in the morning and called their press secretary and said, "You're doing a great job. I love the way I'm being covered. Everything's fair, and you know, even the criticism is helping me grow as a president." Never happened. Never happened.
We are in a new place, and I don't think it's good, and I don't think it has any parallels to the past. And I don't think Trump needs the press, but I think he wants them like an addict craves their drug.
I think there's a different trend going on, and it's two parts to it. The first is there's a double-barreled hostility. This press corps can't stand Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is happy to return the favor. And he uses it to his advantage. He can use it to his advantage because, as the Gallup poll recently indicated, confidence in the press to report the news accurately and fairly has never been lower. And so the press has made itself vulnerable because they've lost the trust of their readers and their viewers.
It is certainly a new era. So let's discuss, will the president-elect put himself on that short leash that the press is demanding of him?
Yeah, listen, he's an interesting business entrepreneur. He's not going to probably follow the rules of the past 3 or 4 presidents. Having said that, I think when he gets to Washington, someone was talking about redecorating the White House or some nonsense like that. This guy's going to work. Okay, yeah. He's going to be at work religiously on behalf of the American people, and so they'll keep the press notified and they'll do the right things from a protocol perspective. What I didn't like about that interview yesterday, and I did watch it, is the body language is absolutely horrific. If you're watching these people, they inimically dislike the guy. Okay, he's your president too.
See, I didn't get that from Nicole Wallace. I felt like she's real warm.
Yeah, exactly. Nicole, if you're listening here, you're saying Trump, Trump, Trump. He's the president-elect. Use the right language. Be respectful of the office. If you don't like him personally, and it's very obvious from listening to the interview that you don't, that's fine. But he's the president. I always say President Obama. I always say President Clinton. You should say President-elect Trump when you're addressing the president. Respect the office.
Even apart from that, the fact that she has that kind of attitude really just makes him look more sympathetic when he doesn't want to talk to the press. So they're not really doing him any favors. He should, be following the rule. If this were reversed, I'm sure that all the conservatives would be saying, "Oh, Obama's playing golf again." Yeah. But when the press goes after him the way that they do go after him, they make it so it's a little different, and it makes it a little bit easier for him to get away with something like that because it's obvious why he might not want to talk to them.
It's going to be different, though. I mean, what do we demand of this president in terms of tradition and the press?
Well, obviously, social media is going to play a part too, right? I mean, Sean Spicer, I chatted with him the moment it was announced that he would be the press secretary, and he told me, he said, that's not going away. And in fact, the White House press briefings on a daily basis might involve some sort of use of Facebook, he alluded to. So, I mean, it's not going to look traditional.
But Twitter's not problematic. I don't know. Facebook isn't problematic. The problem will be if he completely freezes out the press, because we do have to know as citizens.
Why is there an expectation he'll completely freeze out the press?
Well, because he went to the 21 Club for steak. He didn't notify them.
And he went golfing. I got it.
But he's not.
And he's not president yet. I understand that.
Let's let January 20th take effect. He'll be in Washington working super hard, and I'm pretty confident that he's going to be as disciplined as any president that you've ever seen. And so the press will probably be unhappy with that as well, because they're looking for a fight with the president-elect. And I think they should dial it back a little and give him a chance to govern.
Well, and you also have Sean Spicer has alluded to the fact, as you guys were talking about earlier, about utilizing things like Facebook Live and Twitter to reach voters directly, or to reach people directly. But that really shouldn't be that surprising, because that's what he did, which helped him win in both the primary and the general election, was sort of bypassing the press, not using traditional means like paid media. We all know that the Clinton campaign and our allies spent more than double than that of Trump and his. But he was able to use things like Twitter, the town halls, these Facebook Lives to reach people directly, and that's how he won. So it's it's unsurprising if that's what he chooses to continue to do in the White House.
On Election Day at 3 p.m., we did a Facebook Live, Get Out the Vote live chat. 1.9 million viewers. I just want you to think about the magnitude of that.
Well, no, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with the social media. I think it's great. If people want to ask him questions directly and he wants to address them, I think that's fantastic. But you also have to have a challenge in there. You have to have people who are challenging your decisions and your beliefs and your appointments. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But I don't think there's going to be any shortage of that, Kennedy. I mean, they're angling for a fight right now.
They are. I mean, there's no question about that.
Dial it back a little, give him a chance to put his legislative agenda. Certainly, you're going to challenge
They're already
him.
on him for his next press conference.
You're letting your personal hatred of the guy get the best of you. Be a little bit more dispassionate as a journalist.
Well, there is nothing but love on this couch. As a former Obama advisor says, the Clinton days are over. And the Democratic Party now moving to the left. Is he right? And what would that mean for the future of the Democratic Party? We will debate and discuss next.